Hello there, everyone. I bring some great news today about the future of the Legacy of Kain series, as reported by IGN. Now, before we get into it, I first want to apologize for being away for so long. Some personal things came up which caused me to be absent, but I expect things to go back to normal in a couple of weeks when I will resume uploading videos on a weekly basis. One other thing which I would like to mention is just how grateful and humbled I am by the response my video on the Legacy of Kain series sequel received. I was personally in disbelief to see such a positive reception, and I know that it probably doesn't sound like much, but getting 150 new subscribers from one single video was unbelievable. I'm truly grateful to you guys, and I hope I don't disappoint in the future. I'll try my best, that's for certain. Once again, thank you so much for your support, and now let's get into the news. The CEO of Embracer's operative group, Phil Rogers, who is in charge, among other things, of Crystal Dynamics and ADOS, responded to our survey feedback. And boy, was there feedback! This article comes from IGN, according to which Phil stated, "We hear you loudly and clearly." So, what would make him say such a thing? Well, as you can see here, it says a new Legacy of Kain game is looking likely after Embracer Group received 100,000 responses to its recent survey asking fans if they wanted more from the franchise. In its second quarter financial results, Embracer Group said it was overwhelmed with the number of responses to the survey it released in October and responded plainly, "We hear you loudly and clearly." Phil continues with, "We wanted to gain a community perspective on what players are looking for should we revisit the land of Nosgoth and of course our iconic IP, Legacy of Kain." He continued to say, "In the past we've found that surveys typically get between 1,000 and 3,000 responses, but when we asked folks about Legacy of Kain, we received over 100,000 responses and 73,000 gamers completed it entirely. We saw the news of our survey shared across social and press platforms and really felt this was a great way to reignite this passionate fan community with this legendary PC console game series. Rest assured, we hear you loudly and clearly and will continue to update you on the what if possibilities ahead for Legacy of Kain in the future." Now I just want to take a moment here and address this what if quote, as I'm not entirely certain what he means by that, the what if. I assume the what if refers to what if they made it in a certain way, what if they made it a multiplayer game with demon hunters, or sorry, vampire hunters fighting against vampires in some kind of a competitive arena versus a single player story driven game. Or what if, and this is the worst option, what if we make the game versus what if we don't make the game? Which I don't. Well, it might be the optimist in me, but I don't think that's the option he's going for here, since they did get such an overwhelming response. I think it's far more likely that they will update us on their ideas for the future of the Legacy of Kain series. They will probably still be looking for our feedback. This is something I would personally like to believe. The article continues to say, "The Embracer Group had made clear its plans previously to explore its developers' back catalogs, announcing in May that it sees great potential in making sequels, remakes, remasters, and spin-offs from dormant franchises." Legacy of Kain certainly fits the bill, with 2003's Legacy of Kain Defiance being the most recent entry in the franchise. So basically, they wanted to get a sense of how much interest the IP still had, and the response surprised everyone, myself included. Just imagine thinking you'd get around 3,000 replies and instead getting over 100,000. The future of Legacy of Kain seems to be bright at the moment, but we'll see what the future holds. As Kain said, the first bitter taste of that illusion. Hope. Now, as a die-hard fan of the series, I'm so happy to see that I'm far from alone here, and that the survey was such a success. Hopefully, we've given the Embracer group enough to let them know what we expect from the series and how much we look forward to its revival. And also, I hope the Embracer group actually listens to us, unlike some other developers who think they know better than their fans. And that's it from me for now. I had to put out this video as soon as possible. Reviews of the Legacy of Kain games will be coming in the future as well as other news from the gaming world. It is just taking a bit longer than expected because of the personal stuff I mentioned. If you liked the video, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
This emblem was unmistakably of vampire origin and designed to enhance the Reaver's power. But this coincidence seemed too convenient. Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
Sound the alarm! Vampire! Don't let him escape!
Surround him! Surrender, fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
I could promise you the same, but it would be a lie.